Hi everybody, this is Chris from KRC Creations. I just wanted to come in because I've been getting a few requests. I don't know if it's from the same person or different people asking me for my recipe and for different things like my soaps and my cupcake things. And I just really hate saying no without giving some additional information. So I said no, and then I felt really bad. So I'm doing this video to kind of help so that I don't know if this. I think one time she said she was a newbie. So to all my newbies out there, it kind of won't benefit you to ask another soaper for their recipe because one, I won't give it to you because I don't. One, it's one that I formulated, so it's kind of mine, and you, by me giving it to you, you really don't really grow in your soap journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, you may already know this, but this is the only way that I think will make me feel better. I'm going to show you a little bit about a soap calculator so that you can figure out how to create your own recipes for soap, because it is a personal thing. You want your soaps to do a certain thing. You want them to bubble a certain way. You want them to be hard for whatever reason. And one soaper's recipe is for her brand or his brand, and you want to represent what you want your customers to have, and there's so many different ways to do it. So let's get started. I'm gonna start at Google. What you should do, right in the Google bar, you want to type in soap calc, and it's going to bring you to this one right here, soap calculator, and this is at soap calc. Let that focus. There we go. Soapcalc.net. This is one of the better ones out there, so we're going to go in there, and it brings you to this screen. Let's focus that. The one thing I like about Soap Calc is that it also not only helps you calculate your recipe, it gives you information on the outcome of your soap. So the first thing you want to do, you want to go here where you're going to use, refocus. If you're making a bar soap, you're going to use sodium, you're going to use the NaOH, that's lye. And then you can calculate in ounces or pounds. I usually calculate in ounces. You can even calculate in grams. So this is for 1 pound of soap. And then it asks for water as a percentage of oil. So 38, you can put 30, whatever the case may be. I don't usually deal with this number 3. Then over here, it asks for, over 4, it asks for super fat. Now that's up to you. You need to know how much super fat you want in your soaps. It depends on what soap I'm making. Sometimes I like to go between 7 and 8. Now, I would leave my super fat percentage at 5, and then I would add extra super fat to bring it to the percentage I want. So if I went into 7% super fat, I would leave it at 5 here to calculate, and then when my soap is at trace, I would add the extra 2% of whatever super fat to make it 7%. So that's the first thing you want to do. Then, let's go up a little bit. Over here, there's some really good information. It's going to tell you your hardness, cleansing, all these things about your soap. This is in all this stuff over here. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because you can click on one of these and it'll tell you. Like, if you click on, like, Lyric, let's go down here. If you click on Lyric, they'll pop up a little help and tell you about that particular thing. So there's a lot of stuff that will help you out. So you just have to work with the site. So as you go in and you look at your oils and see what you want to put in, you click that button and it'll give you all these different options. All these different options for different types of oils here. So you pick your oil. Let's say we're going to start with everybody's favorite coconut oil 76 degrees. So we're going to start with coconut oil 76 degrees here. And then we're going to press this plus button here. Oops. Sorry. Let's make that bigger so I can see it. I'm sorry. It's hard with one hand. I'm going to press this plus button here. And then the coconut oil starts here. Now you can do it in two different ways. You can do percentage or ounces. So if you're calculating your soap by percentage, let's say I wanted to make all coconut oil soap. So we're going to put 100. Let's put 100%. And then when we go down here, we're going to press calculate recipe. Now, when you calculate your recipe, it'll tell you it's at 100% and how many ounces you're going to use. Now, when you go over here, let's go back over here. Remember these numbers over here? Let's make this smaller again. Sorry, I'm using one hand. Now it's started to fill out the numbers. So it's telling us that this bar of soap is going to be 79. The 79, the numbers for hardness and cleansing and all that other stuff. Now on my iPad, it doesn't do it, but on like a PC or a MacBook, you can press these hardness, conditioning, and bubbling, and it'll tell you the range that you should stay in. This is going to be a very hard bar, very cleansing, not as conditioning, bubbly. It's going to be not as creamy. And the iodine is at 10 and the INS is 258. Now a good soap, a balanced soap, is at 160. So you know this soap with just coconut is going to be really harsh. So this tells you how to make a very good soap that you want to have. And you just play around with the different oils and the percentages of, or the amount of ounces you want in your soap to get to the numbers that you want to be at. And that's going to help you calculate your recipe. So that's what I have in terms of helping out for that question, for somebody to ask me to give them my recipe. I never want to be mean, because I know how hard it is to learn this stuff, but you got to learn it. Somebody giving you something is not a gift, it's a hindrance. If you learn this stuff, you'll be able to do wonderful things with your soap that's personalized to your own brand. So, no, I won't give you my recipe, so I'm sorry. But I hope this helps. I feel really bad, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Oops, I signed off too soon. I forgot to tell you the most important, one of the big important parts. After you have calculated all your hardness and the soap is the way that you want it to be based on your numbers and the types of oils that you want in your soap, you want to go down here to, let me make that focus, to number 2, to view or print recipe. Click that. Come on, click. And then this screen is going to come up. This you can print and save or whatever you want to do with it. Now this will tell you a lot about your soap. It tells you the soap weight is 16, the water percentage or your water discount is 38. I usually don't do that because I calculate in my own head. I do the numbers myself, so I know how much water or coconut milk. But for you, you can do it that way if you're just learning. It'll tell you your super fat is that, your lye concentrate, and the water to lye is 2.183. That's how they calculate how much lye. So down here is really important because it'll tell you how much water to put in your to use to hydrate your lye. So since I do mine in ounces, I'm going to use 6.08 ounces of water. And this is how much lye I'm going to use. 2.785 ounces of lye. And that's how I'm going to formulate my soap. And then it also gives you these numbers again that we had on the previous page in terms of your the quality of your soap there. Now here on this page, it also gives you suggested ranges. So like for hardness, it's 29 to 54. We're at 79, so we know we're outside of the range. And this one, INS, is from 136 to 165. We're at 258, so this is way out of range. So making an all 100% coconut oil soap is not a good idea unless you want to make it for like laundry detergent, something that doesn't go on your skin or something like that. But yeah, this is your last page. I tend to print these if I have something. You can put some notes down here about your additives and then just save it or whatever you want to do. Put it in a binder or whatever. And then you can put the name of your soap. So it's easy referable. So you can create a whole recipe for your soaps. So I think that's it. I think that was really it. So I'm really going to say goodbye now. And I hope this was helpful. Probably not, but it sure makes me feel better saying no. And I hope you didn't take offense to me saying no. But okay, bye again.